border thingies and all that in the background, but I just turn it off because it's a little distracting. Mm. That's you saying you're live. I don't let a lot of things
Notifications go.
chirp my phone, but Turtle Dust does. Yeah, so the basic concept for him with the color and whatnot is that's what I plan on doing is the different solid colors of yellow, red, and blue. Who knows? Gotta figure it out.
Oh, yeah. I have to. I'm looking at it in OBS, but it. Cool. Very cool. All right. We are live, I believe. What I'm seeing, I guess I'll pull it up on my phone and see what it looks like too. Medical interventions on it. I am
Red.
running on fumes. How about you?
Little the same. We don't have to do a full hour if you're not feeling it. It's all good.
Yeah, I think I might only have about 30 minutes in me, but I do need to get a longer rhythm. Yeah, it looks all right.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm looking at it. I'm on
Yeah.
there twice though. Where's your screen?
Oh, um, can you see my screen? It's the one above.
Not on YouTube. Oh wait,
No.
yeah, Nick Fresco, Fred, Clip Studio, Yeah, there's two Clip Studios.
Yeah.
But
I didn't know what to put in the other area. It's wild and wacky. I
it
think.
is what it is. As
Yeah. For
long as it's
now.
working.
For now, right?
I'm gonna have to I got two monitors, so I'm gonna have to do it myself when I get the answer from my kid or not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna run it.
Or it could be where a thing where we like use a program like Zoom. No, because OBS has like this virtual camera.
Mm-hmm. It's super laggy though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I think you would have to feed me a video signal somehow.
I kind of just do it how you have it right now, but we can
Mm-hmm.
make it
Look better.
um bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And, put your branding all over it. Is your brand colors yellow and white? I mean,
Uh,
not yellow, red and white.
no, I don't know that I've got any particular colors. I, it used to be like purple, green, and orange
Mm-hmm.
primarily, but I think mostly it's just been black and white.
Mm-hmm.
I think I went with this because I think the thing I was talking about had kind of a. I wanted the colors to be kind of bright and kind of,
Fun.
yeah, fun.
I feel you.
So,
Okie dokie.
yeah, now today at work was kind of a struggle to stay focused.
Oh no.
Yeah, just the usual like it's Friday and I don't want to be here.
Yeah, I know those feelings.
Mm,
Not a stranger.
start this weekend already.
Yeah, so what are you gonna do this weekend? Anything fun planned?
No, I we have a home inspector coming on Sunday, and then Saturday I don't really have any plans, and I might leave it that way because you know, I can just relax. Sort of.
Mm.
Oh, Fresco just crashed. Good times. That's wild.
Fresco crash. Clip Studio did not, but I just lost touchscreen capability. I can't zoom or nothing. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's saved at least. I think. Yeah, it saved what I just did, but it did for sure crash. What do you have planned for this weekend?
Back in action. So tomorrow I'm gonna go take the kiddos to see Into the Spider-Verse, but they don't know that yet.
Sweet. Yeah.
And then
you haven't seen it yet?
no, everybody says it's great. You got to see it in theaters. Don't wait till it comes out on DVD or whatever.
Yeah. It's supposed to be releasing yeah, I think you'll like it. My siblings have really liked it. I liked it. It's good. It's good. Yeah. You know, they crushed it in that first one. I think they crushed it in the second one too. I also wanted to go and see the Flash film, but I guess it had a really good opening weekend, but it's kind of fallen off because apparently it's not that good. For DC, they are never gonna catch up to Marvel.
No, they got a long way to go. Hopefully, was it Peter Gunn?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he can revitalize them because it's not the greatest right now.
Yeah, he did do that pretty good Suicide Squad movie. Did you see that one with Idris Elba and
when that's not the one with Will Smith, right? It's the other one.
It's the other one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one
No,
with
I
Will
haven't seen
Smith
that
was kind of janky. Although it
one.
wasn't
Yeah.
terrible, but it was kind of not good.
It's cool. I'll say it. It was not good at all. It was terrible. Yeah, I'll say it. Did not enjoy.
Yeah, no, you know, when they have a bad guy that's really just like a creeping mass and not like a sentient thing, it's really hard to like turn off touch. It's really hard to like get into the movie because it's like what you know, what are we supposed to feel about this antagonist if it's just a big mush, big blob? So.
They need Solomon Grundy, Batman, born on a Monday. That was a Arkham Asylum 2 video game. Great game. I would go back every now and again. Play it just because it was that good.
Oh, which system was it on?
It's for PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo just announced that they're going to get it the trilogy um coming soon. I forgot the exact date, but it's coming real soon. They just announced it like 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't play any games, but my younger sibling is a gamer. He's actually working on his own game. He's got the repository up on GitHub, so now I
Oh,
have to
cool.
download Unity and
Mm,
check it out.
nice. And how old?
How old is my sibling?
Making the game. Yeah,
Uh, they are 4 years younger than me, so 41.
that's what's
41.
up.
Yeah,
Still going at it.
yeah. Never
I
too
love
late.
that. Nah.
Yeah, and 41's not the 41 it used to be. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, 41 was retirement back in the day. You were retired at 40. Now people are just starting careers at 40.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's me right now. This one bonkers. Nice. So what's the shot we on today?
This is so. There's a scene called. You mean count wise or just which? Count wise, I don't even know anymore. So there's a scene 38, and the whole sequence of the scene is all in storyboard,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it has like 19 shots in it, so it's
Huh.
quite a few. So this is shot 11 of 19, but I kind of been working them out of order. This is a big establishing shot with like all the characters sort of front and center. But yeah, so I'm just kind of like mocking in characters I know. Some of these characters are significant characters because it's a zombie guy right here,
Right.
and then his love interest, the lead singer of Fishbone, a buddy of his who he kind of betrayed back in the day. Yeah, so
Yeah, when I was watching the movie, that fishbone stuff, man, they is a nutcase.
what's that?
The fishbone
Uh,
musician group thing. Yeah.
yeah, did you watch this film?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I think I shared the thing with you. Yeah, he. Uh, what is the dude's name? Angelo Moore is, yeah, they were like a black punk band in
Mm-hmm.
the 80s and 90s, and yeah, no, he's quite a character.
Yeah, they a mess. I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening here? In a funny way. In a funny way.
Yeah, it's no, it's wild that he's part of this movie. Yeah, I'm hoping this movie does well. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
is your skills bridge?
Skillbridge goes till mid-September.
Nice.
Yeah, mid-September.
You feel like you're learning something?
Mm, I'm learning a lot as far as the marketing stuff goes, because all of it's brand new to me.
Mm-hmm.
The graphic design is a refresher, but since it's an actual company experience, I'm learning a lot in how to move in that space.
Yeah.
The graphic design foundation is already there, so I just be like, "What you want? Okay, we can do that," and
Mm-hmm.
then they'll give me some tweaks, and I'll tweak it and be done.
Yeah. So, what's the name of the company?
The KYO group.
Kyle.
KYO stands for Know Your Opportunity.
Kyle.
Mhm. Yeah, I fixed that.
I have to
Okay.
check them out after the stream.
Yep, they're good to me.
And where
Okay.
are they based?
Austin, Texas.
Is it Auckland?
Austin, Texas.
Austin? Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
The person, the director of this movie is in Houston.
Mel House.
Yep. Yep. Should probably introduce you to him someday.
Sure.
Yeah. So I did a film for him years ago, like 10, 12 years ago, and never met him.
Mm.
Worked with a visual effects producer out of Los Angeles who was my point of contact. Worked on it for about a year making visual effects, but they sucked. And Mel cut all of them and had them all redone.
Oh.
And he still came back to me to do this project, which is like, I don't know what you're thinking, bro. I am unreliable. No. That was years ago.
Right. No. Really not.
Yeah. No, he must have saw something he liked, so.
I was like, why is it not filming? I gotta develop a new coloring style or get faster at it. Because with the Clip Studio update, some of the things I used to do are more than one button click, quite literally. It used to be like one button to do this, one button to do that. I gotta learn how to get it back going again.
Yeah, you had quite a few shortcuts that you used.
Mm. So write that on my my whiteboard for things to do.
Oh, your stream isn't showing. Yeah, this This is a super unstable way of streaming.
Mm.
Everything's all jacked up.
It's all there on my end. I can see it.
Okay. Yeah, I just fixed it.
Okay. You remember an older movie called Blank Man?
Blank Man with Robert Townsend.
That was
Or
Meteor
was it-
Man.
Or was it Damon Wayans?
Damon Wayans.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. There's this one part in that movie where he's like, you know, he's trying to be a superhero and whatnot, and then the bad guy is confronting him. He's like, well, that's not how it is, and slap me around and call me Susan. He's like, well, it's not. So he just starts slapping around. Okay, Susan, what are you gonna do about it now, Susan? I didn't get it back then, but I took it quite literal and I thought it was funny. So yeah, when things are not going the greatest, like the stream right now, and it's like, well, slap me around and call me Susan. I thought it was working.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely gonna have to figure out a better system. It is much more enjoyable to do this with somebody else than to like solo it.
You're in good hands with Offset.
Yeah, you know, also got to try and maybe wrangle AD to get in on it. He apparently has an animation project that he's working on.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and he mentioned, you know, wanting some advice or whatever. And so, but then he went silent, so I should probably hit him up, see how he's doing.
I think he stayed busy.
Yeah.
It's like he'll be busy, he'll come up for air, and then he'll go back down.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't work a job like that. I mean, maybe if it was paying me a lot of money. They do have a house in the suburbs, so he must be doing pretty good out here. Those houses in the suburb aren't cheap.
Oh, okay. So my son just told me how to keep OBS on top while you do what you do. So I'll try it out and let you know how it goes. Sweet.
Okay. Seems pretty simple enough.
Yeah, but I think there's maybe another step he didn't put in the text. It says in files, click always on top, and then he just immediately goes into or uses other app called X, Y, and Z. It's like, all right, there's probably another step that he's gonna have to show me. What it sounds like.
Okay. Well, it's sweet. I'm looking forward to hearing what you find out. Yeah, because I think most of the people who do this sort of thing are probably in the same location. And so they can feed the camera directly in. But yeah. So.
Yeah, I'll see what's up. I do I'll do it myself. You want something right, you do it yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll see what it is. I'll do it tomorrow. So yesterday we were saying that you're not really a big fan of vectors, using vector-based stuff.
Yeah, I don't. I because it's about conservation of points, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and and when I draw, you can see it's like, I go back and forth, and it's like these swipey, swishy lines, and so that'd be a bunch of extra points. Whereas like when you draw vectors, it should be like, this is my line. No, you know what I mean? And this is my line. Then if you get it wrong, then you go back in with the tool and you like move it just a hair or adjust it.
Mm.
Whereas like,
Yeah.
yeah, the way I draw, it's like, is that the right line? Nope. Is that the right line? Nope. Is that the right line? Kinda. All right. Let's make them all kind of look like the right line, and then go back and fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, is that the right line? And then you go back and point by point fix it. So it just, my brain doesn't work that way. So, because I've tried to use vectors, um, because they were really easy to use in Fresco.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, 'cause you just switch this vector thing and it's pretty nice. But um, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. And it's no problem. To each their own.
Mm-hmm. So
To each their own.
I feel like I should. I mean, so if I was doing a project so if Captain Capash, for instance, I would I would probably go vector just to give that clean finished look.
Mm.
So, because I think I did do vector the first year and then did you use vector to finish everything, right? Last year, most things.
Me?
Yeah, when you were
Mm-mm.
doing cleanup, it was bitmap.
Yeah, it was bitmap. It was all rastered.
Okay, I
Yeah.
thought we did some vector. Did we use Clip Studio?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that
Yeah, and
really
there's
wasn't.
nothing wrong with raster. I'm thinking of like how to make everything look cooler and a little
Oh
more
yeah.
smoother.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about how it just depends on what you're doing. So if you use vector for like word balloons, then they'll probably be a lot more crisp. But if you're trying to do some painting, then I think you would rather use raster so you can get all those values and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's how it's intended to be used. Like, even now, look, I started drawing in vector and then I forgot to switch back to raster. So I think I'm going to convert this to pixels and then smush it down. Merge layers.
Let's see if I like this one. Yeah, there's just too many things that I've learned with vector that I'm just too comfortable with, so I will gravitate towards that first before I start doing other stuff.
Yeah. And so for me, I've always been looking for a digital drawing that imitated pencil
Mm-hmm.
and paper,
Mm-hmm.
and the bitmap or raster drawing is more like drawing on paper for me. Um, yeah, buying experience out there, I think. So.
Bar none. There is none greater. Says Nick, not me.
Yeah.
Is all your things Apple? Your phone and
No.
all that?
Nope. Only the iPad. That's all I
Okay.
have. The only Apple product I actively endorse.
Some people swear by it.
Yeah.
Apple or nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Get up early in the morning, wait in that crazy long line. I wonder how many of them are gonna buy that $3,500 VR headset.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, it's gonna happen. They're gonna do it.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna be like, we're out of stock. What do you mean out of stock?
Mm. Oh, see ya. Have fun. Okay. Yeah. Cousin just went out for the evening.
Weird.
Yeah.
Cool. Be safe.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I said. Yeah. Single life. No, thank you.
Be honest, when I was single and younger, specifically single, I was never really like that. I was just like, I'm doing this. Nope, staying home.
Yeah.
People have to like drag me out.
Yeah. Same. I went out after I turned 21 a few times, and I was like, I can't do this. This is. First off, it's expensive.
Facts.
And yeah, I wasn't getting anything out of it. Just spending money.
Did not enjoy. Yeah. I was the loner. I was to stay at home and play the video games. Or went to work because I was tired.
I was doing this. Trying to. Yeah, I've been at this for too long.
Wish I was in your shoes.
When did you start drawing?
Well, I started drawing back in the 90s when I was young. But I didn't want to go to school or take it serious until like 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm close to double that age. Well, no, I'm not almost 60. I'm almost 40. But yeah, I didn't start taking it serious like I can make money off of it or pursuing my dream and all that. Nope, I did not.
Well,
and you should have. What's wrong with you, man?
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Like I don't know, how old was I? 2000. I was probably 23, 21, 22, 23 when I decided like, oh, I don't want to be a computer programmer. I want to make films. And I dropped everything and I moved to LA. And yeah, I guess that's when I started taking it serious, but I had no idea what I was doing, so I wasted a lot of time figuring it out. Turned down a lot of cool opportunities because I didn't know what I was doing. So. Yeah.
Nope, I quit for a decade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm getting back on that horse. I haven't stopped riding.
When I was in the Air Force, I didn't draw much at all.
100% stabilization. No, thank you.
So I had a meeting with a dude who runs a platform called Pipeline,
Uh huh.
and Bam Alexander,
Uh huh.
um, and it was an alright meeting. I mean, he told me a lot of things that I thought I kind of knew. He definitely framed them differently, um, but in terms of like trying to get animation going, he really kind of laid it out so that it was like financially realistic. And um, and then he told me about a conference that he's putting on in Lagos, Nigeria.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he said
Nice.
if we could get out there to Nigeria, um, that he'll introduce us to people like at all the major studios and whatnot that he knows. And so I'm like, am I going to Nigeria this year in pursuit of animation? Plane tickets are $1,000 round trip. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's another country, so not too bad.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, hotel stay. But if
Mm,
I'm able to go there and then, make some connections that are gonna propel my animation stuff,
oh yeah.
it's definitely worth the money. And then, as a officially an LLC,
Mm-hmm.
that's all business expenditure stuff that you can um,
True.
mhm, sort of say like, yeah, this is, it wasn't vacation, it was business.
Yeah, my wife has her MBA, and
Mm-hmm.
she's looking into all the LLC stuff or incorporating and what's the next step now that on my way out. Like we
Mm-hmm.
need to start making sure everything's uh tied to a business, not tied to you.
Yeah.
Say less, let's go.
Yeah.
She's really doing good looking up all that stuff for me. I love you, Queen.
Nice. Yeah, my wife swore up and down that's what she would do
Hmm.
for the biz.
Hey, look at the wives.
Yeah. I don't know. She she just kind of bosses me around. It's just not really what I want. Like, I appreciate the help, but all in all, I'm the animator. I'm the one making it happen. So yeah. Anyway, but it's been interesting. I think I need to register here in Maryland to take
Yep.
advantage of some of the resources here. Not sure when I'm going to do that though.
I was seeing some stuff like that. You get pretty good perks depending on the state.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Maryland has a few development funds, and then there's a school called MICA, Maryland Institute College of Art, and it has a program called, it's like BCAN, and
Okay.
Yeah. So I signed up for their what you call it. Since you got on their email list, I considered maybe applying for an open position they had there, but then I was like, if I work for them, then I can't use the grants. So never mind.
When you're going through the whole process, making animations or actually doing illustrations, whichever one you feel fits, what's your favorite part? Would it be the sketching phase or the inking phase or flats?
Hmm. You know, I think I like the idea phase most. Just figuring out what we're gonna do. Um, that's my favorite. You know, there's no stress to it. You know, you can sketch a little bit, you can write a little bit. Um, yeah, that's my favorite. My least favorite is actually doing the art. It's so hard sometimes. It's like so stressful, and you have to just be okay sometimes with like making something that doesn't look so good.
Not wrong.
Yeah,
You're not wrong.
but how about yours?
Mine is the line art phase. Like once you got the sketch down and everything's like all tied down, and then you
Mm-hmm.
go over it. Maybe that's why you make me your cleanup artist a couple of times.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love the line art phase. It's making it all nice and crispy, especially working with vectors. Love it. That's my
yeah,
favorite part.
sweet. Yeah, I get, you know, I used to, I wouldn't say panic attacks, but I got a lot of anxiety around filling in the little bubbles during standardized testing.
Mm,
And to me, it was a very similar anxiety when it's like, okay, you have to ink this artwork you just drew.
oh
It's like,
no.
like, okay, am I choosing the right line? And is it going to be clean? Yeah. But I need to just practice that piece of it a whole lot more.
Mm. Yeah, I like the line art phase because the harder part for me is the sketch phase, trying to figure it all out, the angles and proportions, and I don't like that pose. Next one. I don't like that pose. Next one. I don't like
Mm,
that camera angle. Next one. And then once it's like, oh, I love that, you start going in and doing line by line, and boom, line art. It's like, oh, sweet reward.
yeah, yeah, because you're not doing the figuring out piece anymore. You're just kind of, um, you have the plan, right? And I do like that portion of it when I know what I'm doing, and now it's just simply the execution.
Hmm.
Um, but what I've found is that even during that part where you're like, okay, I like whatever everything that's working. Now let's go and refine it. It's like I get in
Hmm.
there, and then it's like I thought I was done, but I'm still like, oh, I should change this hand. It looks better this way. Oh, okay. Well, now it's sketchy, so I'm not actually on the cleanup part anymore. So like,
Yeah.
so it's like you started cleaning up, but you're not ready to clean up.
Yes, that was
So,
me when we first jumped on the stream. I was redoing this armband here
mm-hmm,
because I didn't like the way it lined up. I was like, yeah, let's fix that. And
mm-hmm.
then I tightened it up, and now I'm in shading.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, that part is annoying.
Yeah, it's so. I I think you just have to know when you're going into it. Like, okay, I'm still in sketch phase, even though I'm starting to tighten it down.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to be in love with anything. And so, stay a little bit loose, not tight yet, and then, yeah. But it's really difficult because you're also like, shit, I got to go to work in the morning. I can't stay up till 2 a.m. tweaking this thing.
Yep. 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 That's mainly how I used to get my work done is insomnia and working on art due to insomnia or being night shift forever.
Hmm.
Take your pick.
And then you realize you do like the business calculus of the whole thing, and it's like, shit, I only made $2 an hour all the time I put into this.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if, like, Mel, if you follow him on Facebook, he's posted some animations from the other team. He's got a team of animators based in India who's also working on the movie, to try and offset some of the work I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And their stuff is definitely much more practical from a business standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
They're using, the reusable asset style of animation, like in Flash. You know what I'm talking about, where it's essentially cutouts, and they just sort of move the pieces of the cutouts. It never, the camera doesn't really move too dynamically.
Yeah, it's like Amazing World of Gumball or whatever. It's just puppeting.
Kinda. Gumball does it really good because yeah, it's more like. Have you seen Archer?
Archer.
No.
No.
Yeah, like everything moves X and Y. Very rarely do things move Z. Right? So if they had a character doing this, the character's arm would go like this, and then it would switch and it would go straight out, right? Whereas like I would animate it like this.
Yeah.
They would use this as much as they could, then have a frame in between, and then, you know what I mean? But it would just be a vector shape, and not really keyframed. So, and that's what, I'm hoping will separate the work we do from the pack, in that, like, 2D animation can be computerized, and some people have created pretty sweet puppets, but it's a lot of work. So much work.
So I plan on doing a Googly Stick and Rocky, just straight puppet work, and unless I'm really got my little process down that I've been studying, then I'll do a shot or two that's strictly hand drawn, but seamless to where you can't tell that I switched between the two.
Yeah, there's and that's the, I mean, and you can have both, but it takes a lot more prep time, right? Like you got to build the puppet, anticipate all the different shots and angles you might need, or poses.
Yeah.
So animation is like 99.9% planning and like 1% animating.
I'm starting to realize that because as I'm thinking of what to do for Googly Stick and Rocky, I was like, how does Nick board this stuff so fast? I know you've done it a long time and you got really good experience in it. I was like, I gotta learn how to board just to learn how to get my shots right and what they're gonna happen and all of that, and then time it with the animatic, and then, like you said, like a whole bunch of planning first, and then start working on it shot by shot.
Yep. Yeah. And it's easy to get lost on the planning and never never actually do the thing. You know what I mean? Like, so the trick is to make sure you got the right amount of planning and yeah. So, and the cool part about boards is that's your thinking phase, right? And that's the
Mm-hmm.
phase I like too. Like, I like loose, sketchy, non-committal drawings that are helping me develop the idea, and then, but I'm hoping that this project will take me beyond that because I've been kind of stuck there, stuck in a place where I can do sketchy, sometimes tight drawings, but very rarely do I create works that are finish.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to do more because the goal now is eventually to do my own projects or projects for big studios,
Mm-hmm.
and they pride finish over perfect. Well, yeah, nice. It's a very beautiful project, except it's not done. You know what I mean? Like, they don't give a shit if, sorry, excuse my language. They don't care if it's not done. Um, but if it's done and they can sell it, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be perfect. Right? Like,
Nah, and I'm starting to realize and get into where just to make these little short animations and stuff, it doesn't need to be perfect either because so many are all over YouTube Shorts and TikTok where they're just.
mm-hmm.
I saw someone animating a flip book with one sticky note and a drawing on a piece of paper, and all they did was make this sticky note go up and down for the mouth open, mouth closed, and it
Mm-hmm.
got like 100,000 likes and almost 1 million views, and people were loving it. And I was like, really? That's all I gotta do?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. How about the ones where they're like, using the Photoshop transform tool to move like the mouth shape, and you can see their pen and the transform controls, and it's like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's enough. It works, right? It tells a story. Story's there, so yeah, can't hate on them.
Yeah, with the eyes moving like this, and they'd be like, hey, what's up? Hey, hey, you can see the whole transform box. I'm
Yeah.
like, stop that.
Yep.
But
Or, or it's just like, yeah, they just have a still image, and then the mouth isn't moving, the eyes aren't moving, they're just moving it up and down. Hey, Junie, or
Mhm.
what's going on? And another, and it's like, yeah, 400,000 views or likes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
How are you
And
guys getting away with this?
my wife is like, check this out. And I'm like, cool. And I'm like, I'm doing it wrong apparently.
Yes. Yeah. Excuse me for being an artiste.
He's like, anybody got time for that? Entertain me. I'm like, apparently that's all I need to do.
Yeah. You're overthinking it.
No hate to anybody who does it.
Not at all. I'm actually quite impressed. Usually, I always give them a like.
I mean, if you make me laugh, I'm down with it. I love to laugh.
Impressed with your ingenuity and creativity.
Nice.
Not happy that you beat me at it though, but whatever. It's not a competition. But yes, it is.
Eric on the floor again. This guy.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I realize like all the shots I'm animating, he's constantly falling.
Yes, he
Yeah.
does it a lot in the movie. He be out. Well, he goes through his episodes, but yeah,
Mhm.
he be out.
Yeah. I was like, I guess that'll just be the theme. Let me play on that. Eric, Eric, Eric's falling again.
So as for now, I'm working on that video I was telling you about for us, where I'll talk about animation and what's going on in the different shots.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the excuse me, I got the I got it all set up in DaVinci Resolve and lower thirds, flying in, names, zooming in and out or whatever. And that'll just be the bones. And then we'll start moving with, all right, so you can see Nick doing this and Eric is flying through the computer and the keyboards are falling down from reality to inside the computer. And this is called anticipation, and this is called staging, and this is called, animation principles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nick
Sweet.
was Nick said that the best part about making this shot was, using the Blender camera effects to, make time go by faster, and it's just like a one and done kind of thing, and stuff like that.
Yeah. And you need some of those specifics from me, right?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
We're just gonna rinse and repeat those three questions. What was your favorite part? What was the most challenging, and how did you overcome that challenge?
Okay.
Like one-liners.
Sweet. Yeah. Yeah. That particular shot. That was the one where his head slams down, right? And then he
Yeah, the
gets
one I'm
sucked
talking
in.
about. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. No. That shot was interesting because I'm I'm really trying to be very conservative on the amount of frames, right? Because I could easily like Disney animate everything on twos, right? And have everything there. But as I was doing it, it didn't feel like it was like falling
Bam.
down,
Yeah.
right? So I had to have like a greater spacing between the individual frames, and so that it was like slow and then smack.
Yeah.
Um,
Timing and spacing. I'll talk
yeah,
about that.
and then I did not plan out the shadows. I kind of did those straightforward, right? So like drew him like you're supposed to, breakdowns and then in betweens, and then the shadows I kind of made them up as I went along, so they like bounce all over the place at first, and then I kind of cleaned those up a little bit. But yeah, that whole shot was really interesting, and then the backgrounds all. My favorite part was the setting up the background, right? Because it's Blender, and then I learned that technique of the projection mapping.
Yeah.
And then I could paint in Photoshop exactly what I kind of wanted the shot to look like in 2D, and then project and map that onto the 3D, and it holds that 2D feel and look. And then you throw a line, the like grease pencil freestyle line and Blender on, and then it never really completely matches up, which gives it a really cool sort of background feel. I don't know if you've ever watched Steven Universe or some of those shows. Like the line work on the background was always like a little off from the color, but so it works. So, but these shots that I'm working on now, the shot that I'm working now, is supposed to be all storyboard. So like I'm really not supposed to be putting this much time into these shots. But yeah.
Make it art happen.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Let's see.
Making it do what it do. I've always said the pictures ain't gonna draw themselves.
I don't. I wish they would. I'm starting to use AI a lot at work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't like. I have to write an email to send out to the department or something. I like go to the chat GPT and I say, okay, draft me an email about this to this type of audience with these details, and I'll say, can you make it say this in paragraph 2? And they'll it's pretty
Really?
sweet. Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really use ChatGPT or any kind of AI things. I'm gonna start.
Yeah. No, for writing, it's really good. I don't think I'll use it. You have to buy credits to use it for art.
Okay.
I'm not gonna pay for it. Plus, the art community is kind of anti AI
Oh yeah.
because it
Yeah.
was trained on stolen art,
Yes.
and so. But I mean, I tried to use
Special
it.
guest.
Oh snap!
Guest starring.
Hey, out there in California, it's only 6 o'clock for you, huh?
7:06.
7:06. Oh yeah, 3 hour time difference. See,
Yo,
already
well,
forgot
welcome to the live stream slash triple stream slash quadruple stream on TikTok. I mean, not TikTok,
Yeah,
YouTube.
just heads up, we are on YouTube.
Oh, I just saw y'all stream. I was like, they're on Discord today.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna try and make this a regular thing. So that's already, 3 of the 4. We just got to get AD on here. Yeah, he's actually here in Baltimore somewhere. I need to connect with him. How's California treating you?
Yeah.
Finished my second week at my job, and it's really cool. But I am learning. But so far, it's been really amazing. I met a lot of cool people, and apparently, family that's here. So I was
So
able
you
to
have
spend
family there?
time. My god sister and her husband live in Sacramento, California. So they're like 2 hours away from where I am. And so they came down and saw me last weekend, and I spent time with them, and they were telling me about the area and like places I should go. But I just completed my second week this week.
Aw, that's
Sweet.
what's up.
Nuh-uh.
Well, for the God family,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. No, that's cool because Sacramento is where I was.
Oh.
Yeah. So you just missed me.
I know.
What is your family do out in that area? What are they with business?
So my god sister, she is a mural artist, and she goes back and forth from Charlotte, North Carolina, back to California. So she picks up a lot of commission work, and her husband is he works in music, so he does. I think he's a music teacher, but he also does like band gigs on the side with his band.
Sweet.
That's too cool.
Yeah. Wild. Did you know you had family out there when you took the internship?
I did. I just didn't know when they were gonna be there. When I called them, the day I got it, and she wasn't there until she moved down there until it was May. So then when I got there, she was down there. She moved last year to California when she got married. So she's been here for almost 2 years right now, and so yeah, she's I knew she was down here, but I didn't know what days she was gonna be here, because I know she has a lot of like commission work back and forth. as a
That's
mural
awesome.
artist.
Yeah, that's awesome. Are you getting to do any art while you're out there, or is your
Yeah, I bought my iPad. I didn't want to bring my drawing monitor because I didn't want it to break on the plane and it's
mm-hmm.
heavy. So I just brought my iPad and I need to get a new stylus. Not because the one I have it broke. It's more of like I forgot it. So I gotta like get another one.
Oh no.
It's all good though. It's Amazon. So I was gonna get one on Amazon. It's the same one that I always get, and get another glove. And I downloaded Clip Studio on my tablet, so I'm just gonna use that while I'm here, and also tackle more on like life drawings while I'm here. And I bought like my sketchbook, so I can take that with me. And if I'm like in a park or in a library or something, I can just look at people and just sketch from life.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. Make sure you tell them you're drawing them. Don't be weird. I'm just kidding.
Don't do that. Don't tell them you're drawing them because they'll be weird. That's what
I
Oh
get
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they're probably gonna tell like, oh, but do I have to pose a certain way? Like,
Yeah.
no, just
Mhm.
Yeah. You know, the worst thing that happens is that they go, "That doesn't look like me." You're like,
Practicing, leave me alone.
yeah. I'm not drawing you anyway. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. So we're gonna try and make these more frequent and maybe go a little bit longer.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we started 9:00 East Coast time because we're on the East Coast. You out there on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Only here for
time
3 months. Only here for
Y'all,
only here for 3 months, and I'll be back in North Carolina.
Yeah, I came all the way to this side of the country so I could be in the same time zone as you all, and you go there. Yeah. Uprooted my whole family for you, and then you take off. No. Yeah. No, I
still know how to like maneuver between the two. I still know how, like, how much time is in one place and the other. So.
Yeah, have you had families on the East Coast call you at like 5 a.m?
Yeah. No, because they know better. So I had mostly they like will call me at like when it's 10:00 at night over there, and it's like 7:00 over here. Like I just got off the phone with them now because they were asking me how everything's going and how my work was. So they know not to call early in the morning because I had to tell them it's a 3-hour difference.
Yes.
Don't call me when it's 5:00 in the morning. I'm gonna be in bed and still sleeping.
Needs my beauty rest.
It's not even beauty rest. It's just I'm just tired all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, this so they just call me mostly later in the day, or when I get off work, I will call them. So.
Yeah. When we were coming out here, we were like, okay, well, we can't continue to pay rent, so we have to buy a house, and so we signed up with a realtor, and the realtor called at like 8:00 this time, which was 5:30 California time, and I was like, okay, we need the loan, so I know he's calling at a crazy time in the morning, but I don't think I specified that I'm on the West Coast. And I called. I was like, hello. He's like, oh. Should I call back later? Oh yeah, the time. And I was like, no, give me a minute, give me an hour, and I'll be ready. And so and then I think I got up and tried to call him back, and he didn't answer. So I was like, okay, I'm going back to bed. But but that's life between coasts. Yeah. So.
No, I know. I think my mom, she keeps forgetting. She's like, "What time you get off of work?" I said, "I give off at 5." And she was like, "Okay, 5 o'clock here." I was like, No, not no. That no, it'll be 8 o'clock for y'all. It'll be 5 o'clock for me." And then she's like, "That's right." So
Yeah.
she just couldn't forget.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. It's a
Yeah. She'll
always
get used to
interesting.
it.
Yeah, they're getting used to it. My sister was already used to it after like a while. And she was like, she barely calls me though because she's has her own friends and everything.
Hmm. Is your sister's on the West Coast?
No, she's still in North Carolina. So I flew out here by myself.
Oh,
All right.
yeah. Big
So
adventure.
I didn't have any bad experience at the airport, so that was
Yeah.
good.
Yes, that is always a plus.
Yeah.
Mine is getting a car, but everything else was good.
You getting a car as in like an Uber?
No, like renting a car, because my parents were prone to like, you're driving, you're a good driver, you're gonna drive, and I was like, okay, so that's fine. And when I went to the airport, they didn't rent me the car because, well, you can rent a car if you're like at the airport if you're like 18 and older, but I
Yeah.
know most of them it's like you have to be 25. So I went to the airport, well, when I landed, and I went to rent a car because I made a reservation, and no one told me about all the other like qualifications, and they were like, "Oh, you need like, you can pay with a debit card, but that we need a flyback date from your company." I was like, "I'm not getting that until like 3 weeks until the end of my internship." And I was like, "Well, we can't rent a car for you then." And
Mm-hmm.
then I went to and I love my roommate because she was I mostly rode with her even to work that first week. She took me to Enterprise Rent a Car, and I couldn't even rent a car because I'm not a California resident. So I called my god sister because they was like, "Well, if you have a friend or a family member that's here, we could like figure something out and be able to rent a car for you." And I called my god sister, and her and her husband rented a car for me. And so for the maximum you could do was for a month, so I'm just paying them back. And they dropped the underage charge, and they were like, "What car are you looking for?" I said, "Just the simplest and cheapest car you got," because I'm not trying to drive a Tesla or a Charger or anything expensive. Just if it got four wheels and engine, it can take me from A to B. That's all that matters.
Yeah, the Charger, that's kind of an East Coast thing. You're gonna mostly see you're gonna mostly see Teslas out there. There's Chargers all over here, and especially down in South Carolina and North Carolina. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
where you're in like Silicon Valley area, right? Like Mountain View,
Yeah,
San Francisco.
so I'm in Santa Clara. So that's where I am. And my job is in Mountain View. So that's like a good 20, like usually takes me 22 minutes to get there to work every in the mornings.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I drive back, it takes me like 35 minutes back home. So it's not super bad. I was like, oh, this is not bad.
Yeah.
So I'm in Santa Clara. And I'm right by the San Jose airport.
Okay.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah. And what team are you on at Intuit, right?
Yes. So I'm on the QuickBooks team as a product design intern. So I'm going through my trainings of like designs and stuff and learning about their like the ways of designing and everything. I'm reading so many PowerPoints and so many like booklets and so many things. I was like, oh my goodness. And the project that me and my intern partner are working on, this is the first time that they're going to try to pick this up from the ground up. So when me and my intern finishes, they're going to take it and sort of revamp it, but we are like the starters of the project, which then will soon lead to something that will soon be launched for next year.
Wow.
So I love my team, but my team is like, but no pressure, and I'm just like, great. just great.
Yeah, that's awesome. That sounds fun. Yeah, so when it explodes, oh man, yeah, this was created by Brianna. You know, like, she started this whole thing. Yeah.
Is that a fragrance created by Brianna?
So me and my intern partner, we are the people to start it, and then they're going to take it and just stamp from it as they go through each quarter for this product. And hopefully I mean, it will go well. We just got to get down to a nitty gritty of what the focus is, because there were so many changes with this project.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, that's fine. I've had projects change up on me all the time before, so this is nothing new. Because I was originally had 2 projects, and then they dropped it to 1 because they got a lot more people involved, and it was close to being finalized, or no, they're moving on to their beta, and they're getting a lot more people involved, and they thought it was going to be too much, so they just took us to just this project that we're working on.
Cool.
It's like, okay, that's fine.
Sounds like you're enjoying it.
So, are you aware of Intuit's animated short film?
No.
Yeah, so Intuit, I think it's the same company, introduces animated short film to launch first corporate brand. And that's why I thought you were going to work with them, was because of that sort of animated, their animation.
God, I did not know about that. Wow. I really did not know about that.
Yeah, so find out who in the company was responsible for getting that done, and make sure you connect with them before you leave. You know.
Well, most definitely.
Looks like Sean Coogan, Senior Art Director.
Yeah, I might reach out to him.
Yeah, maybe are they at, I wonder if they're actually into it. Sean Coogan is the art director.
Okay.
Oh, he looks like he's more of an advertising and product guy.
I mean, it's still an animation though, so that's really cool.
Yeah, but I think he was contracted by Intuit. He didn't actually work there.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. They usually, those companies don't have in-house animators, but yeah, you're also in Pixar territory too.
Oh, I did not know that.
They're in Emeryville, which is if you're in Mountain View or Santa Clara, probably I'd say it's halfway between there and Sacramento.
Oh, okay. I know one girl, Lily Allen, she's a Pixar intern for them this year, and me and her were both we're really good friends, and so I was gonna reach out to her and see if like a weekend we would just meet up together.
Maybe she could get you a tour of the studio.
That'd be really cool.
I don't know. Try it while you're out here. You know, let's see. You're in Santa Clara.
Yes.
Oh, it's about an hour away, up by San Francisco.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, you got a car, and you went out to Did you go out to Sacramento, or did they come down to you?
They came down to me, but I know one weekend Dave was like, "If you're more than welcome to come up," so I'm like, drive up there. That's like a 2-hour drive, but
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah, yeah. An hour between San Jose and Santa Clara, or Emeryville. Emeryville is where Pixar is.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So, well, if you're interested, we're going to be doing this. Um, I'd say nightly during the week. I'll probably take breaks during the weekends. Although I probably will stream because I have to stream every day. I'm doing this 93-day challenge.
Oh wow.
Trying to finish this movie or make a big dent on this film project. So
Ooh.
I'm trying to stream for 93 days straight, although there's been 1 or 2 breaks. Only because I'm moving, right? Like a couple times I've had to like stream holding my phone on my iPad while in the airport. And, it kind of worked. But this is my preferred format.
Makes sense.
Yeah, even though I don't even this is my cousin's house. My Cintiq is not on its, usually it's on this arm thing where I can move it and turn it. But now it's just like on the table, and I've been like, like this. But make do, you're making do with your setup there. When you love art, that's what you do. Make do.
Yeah.
I heard
I know. I need to find something for my iPad. I know that for a fact. Because like I don't have my drawing monitor here, so I'm just going back to getting used to an iPad again, which shouldn't be that bad. So, I'm just trying to find a better stand because the one I used to have it broke. So I gotta find a new one. That's like, because I use my palm user a lot, so I rest my palm on the screen too much. So I gotta find like a good stand that I can like have some space for my hand.
Yeah, I got the touch version of this, and I don't use it because I rest my hand and I draw like this, right? And I thought that the glove would stop that, but it doesn't. It still picks it up. Yeah. So, I need
get a thicker glove.
A thicker glove.
I used to have to with this all the time, but just get a thicker glove.
Okay.
Yeah.
Palm rejection.
I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah. So awesome. Well, I'm gonna drop off.
Yeah, I might drop off too. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm in a hackathon this year, so I'm a designer for that, and we have 48 hours to create a app from start to finish and get it developed. So I'm designing the logo and the color scheme and everything. So I'm almost done. So we can.
Is this with your internship?
No, this is through I found it on Instagram one day, and it was just out of the blue. I was like, I've never done a hackathon. Let me try it. And so there were it tackles on like different design, so like UX UI. It also tackles on like web development, mobile development. So it's me and 3 other people, because you can have a team up to 4 to design and develop an app that targets like their topics. So was put on, and we picked our roles. I'm more the designer on the graphic, like the brand designer the designer for everything for this project because I'm just like, okay. And everybody's like, I'm not really good with designs. Like, okay, I could do it. So we have that, and then we have 2 people strongly in UX UI. There's like helping putting the prototype together, and we have 1 developer. God bless him because he has to code out the whole website in 2 days. So he's like, yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah. Hopefully he pulls on some libraries and doesn't try to write everything himself. But that's amazing, Brianna, because that sort of thing in your portfolio really will, if you just think this is a portfolio piece and make sure it's, yeah, because that sort of thing will take you a long way, because I know the passion is probably character animation, character design, that sort of thing, but if you need something to pay bills, design work, graphic design, UI, UX design, app design, that stuff pays really well.
Yeah, my mentors from my animation programs, when I told them about the offer and stuff, and I had like 6 interviews with DreamWorks, and there was like, take the job for Intuit, take the job. I was like, okay. And this is because they were telling me this, like, you can have a different career and still go out for what you want to do, even if it's been something completely different. I was like, yeah, that's true. So,
and a lot of people transition from some other career into animation, and they have the luxury of doing that because they have a paying job. Yeah. It's hard to be a starving artist. It doesn't work. I tried it. It doesn't work. So, awesome. You interviewed 6 times for DreamWorks?
Yes, I did. Oh God, I know they had my number on speed dial. Let me tell you. So because they didn't even know I accepted my position yet either. So I was like, I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to go through these interviews. And then Sarah Park, one of the university recruiters for DreamWorks, every day she's calling my phone. Hey, I'm calling you. Got another interview scheduled. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And I thought after the 6th one, I was done. And I was like, okay, I could post my announcement. And then she was going to put me on another one. And she was like, oh, I just saw your post. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, no, you're good. And I just thank the team so much for the whole interview process, because it was really great. I met so many people, and just the interview process was really cool, and really it was eye-opening too, learning more about production, because I know I still have a lot to learn about production. I didn't go out for the visual development track because I'm thinking about going back to school, but doing schoolism or doing art academies that aren't with, or the CGMA art school. I'm thinking about doing that and going back to school, because I know I really need to practice more on fundamentals and tackle more in that, because I know I've drawn been a self-taught artist, so a lot of things I feel like I need more guidance, and with a group or with an instructor to sort of help me tackle those as I progress in my artistic abilities.
I'm kind of torn, and here's why.
Okay.
The degree is good, right? If you can do it cheaper, because there's a lot of good, but then the structure is also good too, right? There's something to be said that if you enroll into a program and you do it sort of a traditional this is my class, or the class of 2004 at whatever art school.
Right.
There's that healthy competition, sometimes unhealthy, but even unhealthy competition can be good sometimes, to like push you, right? Like you show up and you're like, oh well, this is the best I can do, and then you see some other person in your class and it's like, holy crap, like that's the new standard, so now how do I get to there? And you you draw until you get there, and then it really can push you. But there are so many people in that industry who don't have school, but I think they had something else, right? Like either the luxury of being able to sit around and draw all day and not worry about a day job, or there was somebody in their life who they were trying to catch up with who was already pretty skilled. So I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you. You know, follow your intuition.
I'm trying to figure it out myself, because I know when I was looking at the programs, they were a little cheaper than like going to, like I was looking at the Academy of Arts and just going for like their associate master's program, and that's $50,000, and I'm not paying that. I already pay enough for my undergrad, so I'm not doing that. And when I looked at the other like school programs, and like schoolism is one of the cheapest that I saw, because it's like it's self-paced, and but I love like getting actual feedback. That's the thing that's the most expensive part, because I like getting feedback to
know your strengths and weaknesses and where to go.
Yeah. Well, yeah. How far down the road do you see that? You plan on finishing up your bachelor's and going straight into that?
So what I'm thinking mostly is like I'm finishing my bachelor's, and then because my mom wants me to go for my master's so bad, and I was like, I've been in school for 5 years, I'm tired. So, but if my job where I'm at now, if Intuit they do offer me like a job in the future, I would like work while I'm also in school, because I also found out one of their benefits is that they will pay for your schooling. So they will help with like any education you're going out for. I have to read more into that, because I don't know if it's any specifics that need to be followed in order for that to happen. But like while I'm working, I'm gonna go like do those programs, because I was thinking of the schoolism for a while. When I went through my mentorship with Rise Up Animation, I forgot his name. He's a character designer for Marvel. He gave me this book, Force, that was he told me I would need to read to help with like my foundation and understanding of figure drawing. I got very frustrated because I'm the type of learner, I can't read something and then understand it. I'm a hands-on visual person, or like I need to be in person to get what I'm learning. So like getting handed a book and then saying like just read the book and practice through there, I already know my brain. I already know like that's gonna be hard. So and getting actual like feedback and critique from even if it's like my mentor, because I know my mentors are like, you know, if you have any like design questions or anything, you can like reach out to me. It's more of like just trying to get the fundamentals down and trying to like go back to that and just that structure.
Build them up. Yeah. Awesome.
So let's say you take a couple years of break from school, right? Finish your bachelor's. Just spend every single day of that 2 years drawing realistic figures and nothing else, right? Like, I mean, you can draw other things, but like whenever you and just do it daily, focus on different parts of the body, but the goal is to focus on and if you focus on just the human body, I really feel that like everything else is simple, right? Because the human body is these complex shapes, but it's really the simple ones, like put together in weird ways. And so if you can draw rectangles, cylinders, triangles, pyramids, XYZ, then you can combine those into the human body. Then drawing a car or a boat or a plane is simpler. And so if you plus the way the light hits the human body is really complicated as well. And so if you can understand how the light does its thing on the human body, applying that to other things is simpler as well. But it's there are multiple pathways to it. But I think if you spend that 2 years just focusing on developing that ability to draw the human form, you will see a significant improvement in the way you draw. And then once you get the drawing, then values and because I think you do pretty well with value and color.
Thank you. I feel like I suck in that so much. I swear, people's like, you're really good with color. No, I'm not. I'm literally just
making it up,
seeing what works.
For the longest time, I was ignoring color because I was so focused on the human body. And then when I started using color, it was like I had no idea what I was doing. I was just slapping it in there. I still really don't, and I struggle with it. But
could have fooled me.
It's a lot of times just luck until it feels right, and then because that's all of it. But I think you'll save yourself a lot of money if you, because the school programs, and this is my final thought, the school programs, the paid programs that teach you animation are more so the networking piece of the puzzle. It's the knowledge, because you're going to get to a class, they're going to say, give us $2,000, take this class for 3 months, and they're going to tell you exactly what the YouTube videos are telling you, but they will give you that feedback and critique. Whereas like you have a network of people who, like, if you send it to one person and you don't hear back from them, send it to the next person, send it to me, right? Oh no, draw this leg like this, and you're going to want to consider perspective and maybe push it a little bit here. And you can get that same, you're an outgoing person, you can get that same classic schoolism experience just by leaning on your network. And from what it sounds like, everybody who is in your circle of are willing to like give you the time, so take advantage of it while you have it, and save your money.
Look, I already gotta pay this last year, so I gotta already pay for this last year.
Yeah,
it's gonna be cheaper, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm 200 in the hole, 200,000 in the hole, and my pipe dream, the goal is to get things rocking and rolling. Well, no, I work in public service, so eventually after about 120 payments, they'll drop the rest of it. But if that doesn't happen, hopefully something will kick off. But I kind of saw it as seed funding for everything. So, but yeah. Fred, aren't you thinking about going back to school?
Not anymore.
No.
And not based off of what you just said.
No, now your situation is different from Rihanna's, right?
Yeah,
because the United States is gonna pay. You won't come out with a bunch of debt,
I
right?
went to yeah, I got my degree and I have zero college debt, like period, for my graphic design animation degree. So I don't have any debt.
Mm-hmm.
But I've learned so much being in BAE, working with y'all, and then taking 3 months of before I moved, because I'm on the East Coast now, taking 3 months of just working on anatomy, like Nick was saying. Actually, Nick, I'm telling you, Goldmine, he be downplaying himself, but Nick is freaking the bomb.com. But I did exactly what he was saying, and I would be sitting in my bed sketching on my iPad. I don't use iPad, I use Samsung, but sketching on my tablet, just working on one body part at a time. And I would even send him to Nick every now and again and be like, hey, this is what I did. And every now and again, he would draw over it and be like, this is what it is. And I'm like, oh, you dummy, you forgot to put the line here to make it foreshortened. You could have had it. And what he's saying, I saw dramatic improvement in just 3 months before I moved, just doing focus on by the torso. I did the legs. I was drawing my son while he was laying in bed playing Nintendo Switch. I mean, it just, I saw like, yo, like x-ray vision, muscles, like you can do so much in
Yeah.
that 3 months. So if you're really taking the time to do exactly what he's saying and shoot it to your network of people who can help you out, you're not going to need to pay $50,000 worth of education.
I wasn't going to pay that anyway.
You're not going to need to. And for me, that was my deciding factor. That's why Nick was saying, you're going to school, right? Because I decided no after that was 3 months that I moved here. I was like, I can just keep doing with this, and then I can hit you guys up and like to some of my buddies across the freaking world that y'all know I'm military, so I can send across the world like, hey dude, what's up? And they'll be like, yeah, and shoot it back, and it's invaluable, and it's costing me almost $0.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I know that's one of my goals. Like I literally brought my sketchbook here because I was like, I want to get better at drawing at anatomy. I know that's my biggest thing. And I know during the BAE program, like I know when Nick, you were helping me a lot, and like I really it really helped me. And even when designing the character, it helped me so much because that first week you told me we're just focusing on anatomy, we're not gonna tackle anything else, we're just, I think it was like a week, 2 weeks. And I did, like, after that program, I did see improvement in like my artwork, and like I would want to I do I do want to continue that, like just like getting, like growing better in like my art, and also being more confident in my art too.
Yeah, and it's all, I mean, confidence is like 70% of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because and I've probably said a lot of this before, but I saw significant improvement in all of you. And today, Fred, I was looking at the hand of the character you're working on now, and I was like, he wasn't drawing hands like that a little while ago. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And so, it's amazing how much that one aspect, if you can, because the human body, it does things weird. You know what I mean? Like the hands are never straightforward. The like the way the head is angled it's like it takes all the things that you need to understand about drawing a shape or an object, and it like skews them just enough for your brain to go like, how is that working? How does the box torso or chest transition into the roundish hips, and then down to the boxy knees, and then to the feet, which are flat but triangles but not triangles, and you're like, how does it all work? And if you can figure it out, everything else is like simple. A car is a couple boxes, but it doesn't have an ankle, or what I mean? Although the wheels are hard as hell to draw.
Oh, actually, when I was in my vision, like in my Netflix mentorship program, and our first assignment was a car, I nailed the car on my first try. And there was like my mentor, her name is Lamb. She's an art director at Netflix. And she was like, Brianna, you're really spot on. You're really good with measurements and like proportion. I was like, oh, I just thought we was drawing a car because I took a lot of, because I do model on my own time, Blender and stuff, and that's always fun. So,
sweet.
Yeah, so I've been looking up tutorials and like creating like assets and stuff, like potion bottles and little houses and stuff. So it's like just something completely different, but it's always fun because I always love 3D modeling too.
That's good to hear. I mean, yeah, no, that's.
I'm trying to get better at it. I'm not a perfectionist. I'm not that great. I'm just doing it as a way.
So, my thing lately, because drawing in perspective is difficult. All my backgrounds are Blender, and now I use with projection mapping. You can make them look 2D, make it look 2D. Because whereas before I was doing this thing where I would like model the whole thing out, and then I would duplicate the entire model, and then put on what was it? It was a
UV map.
No, it's a modifier that essentially has it displays wireframe.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then I would put a black material on it, and then it would make everything look like it was outlined, even though it wasn't, because there was two models there, one with a black outline, that was a black outline, and the other one that was the gray. But now I don't need to do that because I can take it into Photoshop and paint the shot I want from multiple angles, right? And then project it onto it, and I can now move the camera and it looks like a 3D Photoshop painting, which is pretty fun. So yeah, I can show you a shot that I've been working on if I can. I don't know if I can. I gotta find a better setup here on with OBS and whatnot. So
apparently I've been growing in my YouTube.
Have you?
Yeah, so apparently and it happened overnight. I don't know what happened, but apparently people love Bluey.
Yes, they do.
I'm drawing the characters into humans, and one video just blew up, and I'm like at 2.2 thousand, and I was like, how did and I was at school, and I was like, what just happened? I just drew. What was it? It wasn't. It was Bingo, and everybody in the comments was complaining, talking about Bingo's a boy, Bingo's a girl, okay? And so I'm trying to continue that series because right now I only have 4. But yeah, that blew up for some reason. But I was like, okay, everybody likes Bluey now, so I need to keep going with that, unless that bandwagon ended. But I'll still keep going.
So, how many? I have 125 followers on YouTube.
It was mostly YouTube Shorts that did it. My main videos is like it will get some maybe like 50 or sometimes 100 views, maybe sometimes, or 23. But the YouTube Short is like pretty was really the main one that it got a lot of traction.
That's awesome.
And because the one I did for Bingo got 88,000 views, and I was like, what the heck?
88,000?
And I was like, what the heck? And I didn't I'm a person, I will post it and leave it alone because I'm like, you know what, I'm done. I'm just gonna
you better start interacting with those comments.
Look, there's so many, and I'm just like, and everybody's just saying, do Bandit, do Bluey, do. So I was like,
did you not do it? Give your audience what it wants.
I know, but like, I gotta get a pin now, so I gotta like, and like I'm trying to plan them out because I only did 4 so far, but I'm trying to plan them out to like who I want to do next because I know I want to do Bluey last, but I know with I did Chili, I did Muffin was the first one. I love Muffin.
Muffin's the spoiled cousin, right?
Muffin is a firecracker of so many things, and I love her. I did Muffin first, and then I did Rusty. I did Chili, and I did Bingo. That's all I did so far. I was trying to figure out to do Bandit next. And the thing that what I'm doing with these characters is taking inspiration of their color schemes and then putting it to like their outfits, but then also looking at like the type of fur they have to depict what like skin tone they will be. Because I realized like Bandit and Chili is lighter than Bandit, but I know Bandit is a little darker. But Bluey like relates more to her dad and looks more like her dad, so she's gonna be a little darker. Chili's a little more lighter, and Bingo is sort of the same as Chili. So I was like, okay. So I was like playing with colors and playing with skin tones. So whatever their base fur was, I took that and changed it to more of like redder shade, like a red shades to depict their skin tone and what it would look like. And same thing for like Rusty, because everybody's like, finally, somebody made Rusty black, and I was like, it makes sense. it made sense. Like Rusty to me was black. I was like, okay, yeah, he has a dad in the military. My dad was in the military, and mostly when I was doing the colors, and it just like when I turned it to more like the red. It was like a maroon. It was close to like brown a little bit. And I was like, okay, Rusty's gonna be black today. So he is black. So whenever I get to his parents, they're all gonna sort of respond with the same. But
wow.
I gotta continue that series. I just gotta get a pin again.
And if you go and watch the videos, Fred, she's got reference in there.
Hey,
you know that reference.
We love reference around here.
Oh my god, because I was doing that, and I kept remembering about the bowl for the torso a lot, and I was like, oh god, that was the one thing that really like. Not really like it did help me, but it's like that's the one thing that just stuck with me when I was in that program. You kept telling me like your hips or like you're in your bottom, like the bottom part of your body is like a bowl.
It's a bowl.
And then like, your chest area is like an egg is shaped. And so I was like, that was the 2 things that stuck with me because the whole time I was drawing like bowls and eggs. And so many times.
Yep, and using that reference, that's how you do it.
That's right.
Sweet.
Yeah, I gotta continue that series.
Yeah.
And I was starting one on my page for my TikTok page. Is like every weekend or when I finish a week, I'm gonna sketch out like sort of what happened that week. I can get like better at like sketching and like storytelling a little bit.
I mean, you don't have to make a video for each comment that's said. Just say something back. That way you get more engagement. More engagement means more views. More views means more subs. More subs means YPP, and you get the money. I haven't applied it this time in my life. I have not at all.
I can't believe I wasn't subscribed to you. Well, now you have 2,201 followers.
Yeah. Well, 2,203. I have 2,202. I've just looked at it because it's been a while. And so I try to like keep doing different things. Like I like my layout that I have. So when I was doing like I have 2 things that I'm trying to go back. I used to do like things like doodle days that I did on my TikTok page that I did when I first started TikTok, and so I'm incorporating that. And then I do like doodle stories. So that's like if I'm doing like a story time, it's like something I done or want to talk about. I have like a layout and everything, so it's everything in Canva. And so that was a trip because I was like, okay, I gotta edit, I gotta put video together, I gotta fix the speed of the video so that it can fit. And so now, and yeah, so I really do have to continue this series for Louis, though. I do.
Yeah, I was talking to my younger sibling, and I told them that commit to doing it, but don't beat yourself up if you don't get as much done as you thought you were. You know, just try to stay consistent, but you know, we all have lives, and you know, because I was freaking out a couple times where like I'm doing this 93-day challenge, and I was like, I just don't have it in me. Sometimes I turn on the camera and I just be like falling asleep on the camera, and it's like, okay, no, this doesn't make any sense, right? Like, so.
Oh no.
Yeah, but yeah, sweet. Well, you have really helped the time fly by, but it is 11, and I'm an old man, you know. So it's been awesome catching up with you, and I definitely want you to jump on to more of these.
Definitely,
so,
I would love to.
Yeah, because yeah, I definitely want to pick up where we left off with BAE, and so right now I have 2 out of the 3. We just got to make sure I get AD back on board. Now I should be able to just walk up to his door and be like, I know you're in there.
We're on. Jump on right now.
Oh, yeah. So, but cool. All right, Brianna, Fred, it's been awesome. Everybody out there who tuned in, thank you. I guess what are we saying at the end of these? Like, subscribe, follow, support us.
Yeah, everybody, thank you for coming in and tuning into our live stream. We really appreciate you guys coming by. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to our channels. We got Bree Doodles, Turtle Dust Media, and King Sykes Art. And as always, until next time we meet, make art happen, and Black animation matters.
Bam.
Damn.
I haven't said that like 50 times making a video.
I really was about to say period.
And we can end on that note. Period.
Yeah.
Peace. See you later.
Bye.